It's a strange feeling in tennis when one of the brightest stars suddenly goes quiet. No matches, no highlights, no roaring crowds, just silence. And right now, that silence surrounds Carlos Alcaraz. But what's really happening behind the scenes might surprise you. Because this isn't panic. It's something very different. Away from the cameras, away from the pressure, Alcaraz is having conversations that reveal a mindset far more mature than most expected. While fans are counting days and speculating about his return, he's doing the exact opposite. He's slowing everything down. After picking up a right wrist injury during the Barcelona Open, the young Spaniard made a decision that not every top athlete is brave enough to make. He stepped away. No rushed comeback. No risky shortcuts. Just recovery. And here's where things get really interesting. Former world number 32 Pablo Andújar recently shared a glimpse into a private conversation he had with Alcaraz. It wasn't long, just a few minutes, but it revealed everything about where Alcaraz's head is right now. According to Andújar, Alcaraz made one thing crystal clear. He will only return when he's 100% ready. Not 90. Not good enough. Fully ready. Think about that for a second. In today's tennis world, where rankings, titles, and momentum can shift in weeks, choosing patience over urgency is almost unheard of, especially for someone like Alcaraz who has already tasted the very top of the game. But he's not setting deadlines. He's not chasing a calendar. He's taking it day by day. And while that sounds simple, it's actually incredibly difficult. Because as Andújar explained, setting deadlines during injury recovery can backfire badly. If you aim for a specific return date and miss it, the mental toll can hit hard. Anxiety creeps in. Doubt follows. And suddenly, recovery isn't just physical, it becomes emotional. Andújar knows this better than most. He went through multiple surgeries during his career, dealing with setbacks again and again. So when he talks about the dangers of rushing, it's not theory, it's lived experience. That's why he sees something promising in Alcaraz's approach. There's awareness there, control, a clear understanding that coming back too early could cost far more in the long run. And when Alcaraz himself spoke about his recovery, he echoed that same calm mindset. He admitted that patience isn't easy. In fact, it might be the hardest part. But he also made it clear there's no fixed timeline. No promises about dates. The only guarantee, he'll do everything possible to return as soon as his body allows it. Now here's where the story takes a turn. Because not everyone in the tennis world is fully convinced. While some praise his patience, others are starting to question what he's doing off the court. And that's where the debate gets a little uncomfortable. Former ATP player Jacopo Monaco raised concerns that go beyond injury recovery. He suggested that activities like golf and football, things Alcaraz enjoys away from tennis, might actually be contributing to the problem. His argument is simple. At the highest level, sacrifices are necessary. Every movement, every activity, every decision matters. And according to him, maybe Alcaraz needs to rethink how he spends his time when he's not competing. Now, whether you agree with that or not, it does raise an important question. Can a modern tennis superstar truly switch off? Or does every off-court activity come with a hidden cost? For Alcaraz, this balance is still evolving. He's young. He's energetic. And like many athletes of his generation, he doesn't want his life to be only about tennis. But the reality is, when injuries happen, everything comes under the microscope. Even the smallest details. Still, despite the noise and criticism, Alcaraz doesn't seem distracted. In fact, one of the most telling moments came not on a big stage, but at a junior event. He showed up at the Mutua Madrid Open U16 tournament, not as a competitor but as a supporter. His younger brother, Jamie, was playing, and Carlos was there, watching, encouraging, being present. And yes, his hand was still bandaged. That image says a lot. Here's a player who could easily disappear during recovery, stay out of sight, avoid attention. Instead, he stays connected to the sport, to his family, to the environment that shaped him. It's a reminder that even during setbacks, his love for tennis hasn't changed. But while Alcaraz is focusing on recovery, the rest of the tour isn't standing still. In fact, someone else has stepped right into the spotlight, Jannik Sinner. With Alcaraz sidelined, Sinner has taken full advantage, building momentum and reinforcing his position at the top. And that shift hasn't gone unnoticed, because just a few months ago, Alcaraz looked unstoppable. He started the season on fire, capturing major titles and reminding everyone why he's considered one of the most exciting players in the game. His energy, his shot-making, his confidence, it all pointed toward another dominant year. But tennis can change quickly. A semi-final loss to Daniil Medvedev at Indian Wells hinted at a slight dip. Not a crisis, but a shift. Then came Miami. A surprising early exit against Sebastian Korda raised eyebrows. Suddenly, questions started to appear. Was he losing momentum? Was the competition catching up? He responded well in Monte Carlo, reaching the final. But once again, Sinner stood in his way, defeating him in straight sets and taking more than just the title. That loss also cost Alcaraz the world #1 ranking. And from there, everything changed. Injuries took over the narrative. Absences followed. And the gap at the top began to grow. Now, with major tournaments passing by without him, the concern isn't just about rankings, it's about rhythm. Because in tennis, rhythm is everything. You can train as much as you want, but match play is different. Timing, decision-making, confidence, they all come from competing. And that's why former British #1 Greg Rusedski has raised a critical question. Will Alcaraz have enough time to prepare for Wimbledon? It's a fair concern. Missing the French Open means more weeks away from competition. And grass season doesn't leave much room for adjustment. It's fast, unpredictable, and demands sharpness from the very first match. Coming back from injury and immediately adapting to grass? That's a huge challenge. Rusedski called the situation disconcerting. And you can understand why. Because this isn't just about one tournament. It's about momentum, confidence, and timing. Still, here's the part that makes this story so compelling. Despite all the doubts, all the questions, all the external noise, Alcaraz isn't rushing. He's not trying to prove anything right now. He's not chasing headlines. He's choosing patience. And maybe, just maybe, that's what sets him apart. Because the easy path would be to come back early, to play through discomfort, to silence critics with quick results. But the smart path? That's harder. It requires discipline, trust, and the willingness to accept short-term setbacks for long-term success. And if there's one thing we've learned about Alcaraz, it's that he's not afraid of the long game. The tennis world will keep watching. Fans will keep asking questions. Experts will keep analyzing every detail. But when he finally returns, fully fit, fully ready, it won't just be about winning matches. It will be about proving that patience, in a sport built on urgency, can still be the ultimate advantage. So now the question is yours. Do you think Carlos Alcaraz is making the right decision by taking his time? Or should he be pushing for a faster comeback, even with the risks? Because one thing is certain, when he does step back on court, all eyes will be on him. And the silence we're hearing right now, it might just be the calm before something very special.